Number two, as I said, we're going to hire another 24,000 teachers. The money is in the budget this year. By January, they will be in class. And next year, we will hire the balance of the teachers so that we get to the 116,000 that we committed ourselves to the people of Kenya. And then we will also not just close the gaps on infrastructure or teacher numbers. We will also streamline and enrich the means testing instrument so that we make sure that every child is placed in the right band so that we don't disadvantage any child in Kenya. And then we will engage with the stakeholders going into the future to test the efficacy of the programs that we have worked on. Let me go to the fourth item that informed. I told you I'm going to talk about 7 items. The fourth item that we have discussed this morning is matters to do with health. The people of Kenya told us, and we recorded faithfully, that health was destroying families. 1 million Kenyans every year sunk into poverty, statistics show, because of health-related costs. Many citizens sold their properties, their livestock, they used their savings for matters health. And progressively, health was becoming a privilege for those who can afford, leaving behind those who could not, to the vagaries and to the designs of fate. So, we looked at the situation and we made a commitment, and we all know that every person has in their phone WhatsApp groups formed to look for money to pay for hospital bills for a brother here, a relative there, a friend in another place, a stranger in another place. Members of parliament, leaders, MCAs, and everybody else in between can testify to this. So, what did we do? Before I talked about what did we do, the situation was that, we're doing Harambes left, right, and center. NHIF had accumulated a debt of 32 billion shillings, owing so many facilities, and that debt was growing by 1 billion shillings every year. So it wasn't getting better, it was getting worse. And it was just a matter of time before NHIF would finally collapse. So we decided that this universal health coverage that successive administrations have been trying to implement, it was there, you all remember, in the NAC manifesto. It was there subsequently in the NASA manifesto. It was there in our Jubilee manifesto. It was there in the Azimio manifesto. We had it in the Kenya Kwanza manifesto. And we all agreed that it was something that needed to be done. And somebody needed to do it, and some administration needed to actualize it. After many failed attempts, we looked at it candidly and we said, we must provide a very firm foundation, a solid legal foundation, because it was a very heavy responsibility. So we had stakeholder engagements before the elections, we had stakeholder engagements after the election, and we finally came to the conclusion that it was not possible to reform the NHIF because it was fatally broken. And we decided that we needed to have a new health framework. So over the last 2 years and a bit, we passed 4 pieces of legislation to underpin our universal health coverage for the people of Kenya. We repealed the NHIF Act. We have rolled out primary health care fund, social health care insurance fund, the chronic illness, the chronic and critical illness fund, and the whole SHA program that now underwrites our health requirements. What does this new framework present? How is this new framework? What are the characteristics of the new framework? Number one, we have democratized and brought equity and burden sharing in the contributions towards health. In the past, it was just contributions by the people who have pay slips and jobs. Now we have made it possible for all Kenyans to contribute. We have also made it equitable. In the past, poor people contributed 10%, minimum 500 shillings to social insurance. Those of us with better earnings, we contributed 0.something%. So the difference between 10% and 0.something% wasn't right, and it wasn't equitable. So we decided that it was time to give equity. So everybody for social insurance now pays 2.75%. So we have brought it down for the vulnerable, the mama mbogas, the borders who are paying 10%. Now they are paying a quarter of what they were paying, 2.75%, and provided equity for all of us. Number three, we have removed the manual system and digitized health from admission, through treatment, through surgery, all the way to discharge is now on a digital platform. Because the manual system was a recipe and a haven for crooks and criminals to steal from the fund. In fact, a big failure of the NHIF was largely contributed by fraud and corruption. We all know of the history on the incidences. We found out that under NHIF, it was possible to amputate one person 10 times. And that begs the question, how many legs did this person have? Under the new arrangement, if you carry out 2 amputations, the system will not accept a third one because it will show that you have 2 legs, both of them have been cut, so you have nowhere else to. It was also true, as we all know, that there were small hospitals, like the one we had somewhere in Kino, that were carrying out more surgeries than what was happening in Kenyatta. Yet they were on some 3rd floor of some building. We also know that there were facilities that had more accountants than nurses because they were not treating nobody, they were gaming the system. We have now closed down, how many facilities was it? We have now closed down 800 facilities that were gaming the system. And that has been necessitated because we have digitized the whole system. It's no longer possible to cheat the system. And therefore, apart from enabling everybody to participate, giving an opportunity for the people who are self-employed to have a health insurance, the people who are not employed to have a health insurance, digitizing the whole system, making sure that we have equitable contribution, we have also made it possible that when you register today in SHA, you are eligible to be treated today. In the past, under NHIF, you needed to wait for 3 months. And many people ask us, supposing after the 3 months, what will have happened if I was sick? Do I have to postpone the illness? So we have made it possible under the new social health insurance for beneficiaries to benefit instantly on registration. So, as a result, we have eliminated fraud, we have enhanced efficiency, we have enhanced accountability, and Kenyans today believe more than they have done in the past on matters healthcare. As a result, the numbers speak for themselves. Where we had 7 million registered members under NHIF, today we have 23 million Kenyans registered under SHA. And for your information, 50,000 Kenyans register on average every day. We've had a high of 90, what was the highest number we registered in a day? 93,000 Kenyans is the highest that registered in one day. But on average, 50,000. Over the weekends, they come down to 30,000, but on average, 50,000.